Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And thank you for joining us today. We have a brand new story to share. So let's dive right in. My name is Nate, and this is the story of the night I believed would change my life forever. The night I had meticulously planned down to the last detail. It was supposed to be the most significant evening of my life. The night I would propose to the woman I had envisioned spending forever with. Excitement, nerves, and anticipation swirled inside me, but above all, I was certain I was making the right choice. Months of preparation had led to this moment. Every memory Lena and I had created together had been leading up to this night. We had been together for years, and in my heart, I never doubted where we were headed. Our journey began in college, where we started as friends, but over time, our bond naturally blossomed into something deeper. We had been officially dating for a year, and she was everything I had ever wanted: intelligent, stunning, and capable of making me feel like the luckiest man alive. At least, that's what I believed. I spent weeks searching for the perfect ring, something elegant yet understated, a reflection of her personality, a piece that symbolized how seamlessly we fit together. That evening, I finally collected it. Holding the small velvet box in my hands, I pictured the way she would react. Her gasp of surprise, the way she'd cover her mouth in disbelief before finally whispering, yes. It all felt so perfect, but life has a way of unraveling even the best-laid plans. I had gathered a few of our closest friends, the ones who had been with us through every high and low of our relationship. They were just as excited as I was. For weeks, we had orchestrated every detail of the proposal, ensuring everything would unfold flawlessly. In my mind, I could see it so clearly. Lena's astonishment, the happiness lighting up her eyes, her overwhelmed expression as she realized how much thought had gone into this moment. This was our future, and I was ready to embrace it. That evening, we arrived at Lena's house, the air charged with anticipation. My friends waited outside, buzzing with excitement, their phones poised to capture the moment. It was the beginning of the next chapter of my life, and I could hardly contain my emotions. Instead of knocking as I usually did, I decided to make the moment even more special. I wanted to catch Lena completely off guard. Slipping out the spare key she had given me long ago, a gesture of trust, a sign that I was always welcome in her world, I turned the lock slowly, ensuring I made no noise as I pushed the door open. My heart pounded, not with nervousness, but with exhilaration. I could already picture how it would play out. Her initial confusion upon seeing me enter unannounced, her curiosity growing as I guided her outside, and then, when she turned to see our friends watching, realization would dawn. Before she could utter a word, I'd be down on one knee, ring in hand, her face illuminated with joy. That was the plan. That was how it was meant to unfold. But reality doesn't always follow the script we write in our minds. I crept inside, my heartbeat thunderous in my ears. The excitement that had fueled me moments ago was suddenly overtaken by something else. Just as I was about to step into the living room, I heard her voice, soft, intimate, laced with an unfamiliar tenderness, a tone she had never used with me. I froze. Who was she talking to? Curiosity replaced my excitement, and I moved closer, stopping just outside her bedroom door. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop. I simply wanted to wait for her conversation to end so I wouldn't interrupt. But then, as her words registered, a sickening twist formed in my stomach. After this weekend, I'll figure out how to let him down easy. You're the one I want, not him. He'll never forgive me, but honestly, who cares? I stopped breathing, then my mind went completely blank, as if someone had erased every thought and replaced it with static. Had I really heard that? Maybe I imagined it. Maybe she was talking about something else, someone else. I stood there, replaying her words over and over, desperately hoping I had misunderstood. But no, it was undeniable. She was talking about me. She had chosen someone else. The ring box in my pocket suddenly felt unbearably heavy. I had spent so much time mapping out our future, imagining the life we would build together. But to Lena, I was nothing more than a placeholder. My breathing turned uneven. Why had she strung me along? Was I never enough? How long had this been going on? Weeks, months? Had any of it ever been real? I couldn't stand there another moment. Turning on my heel, I walked out the way I came, my legs moving on autopilot. I felt disconnected, like I wasn't even in my own body anymore. Everything felt numb. As soon as I stepped outside, my friends saw me. Their smiles instantly vanished. "Dude, what happened?" one of them asked, gripping my arm. I shook my head, barely able to force the words out. "I just need to go." Concern flickered in their eyes, but I couldn't explain, not now. And then, from inside the house, I heard hurried footsteps. Lena must have realized something was off. When she reached the front door, she froze, her face going pale. She knew. She knew I had been there. She knew I had heard everything. Her expression twisted in panic. "Nate," she called, rushing toward me. But it was too late. I was already gone. That night, my phone vibrated on the nightstand. I glanced at the screen, and there it was, Lena's name. For a moment, I just stared at it, my mind blank. I had spent hours trying to process everything, trying to block it out. I could have ignored it. I should have, but I didn't. Curiosity, anger, or maybe some pathetic part of me still craving answers made me pick up. I took a slow breath, steadied myself, and swiped to answer. Her voice came through, light and casual, as if nothing had happened. "Hey, babe. I heard from the guys that you stopped by tonight. Oh my God. Were you really going to propose?" My stomach twisted. She was pretending. She knew exactly what had happened, yet she acted clueless, as if she hadn't been caught. Did she really think I hadn't heard her? That I didn't know the truth? Or was this just another manipulation? Another attempt to control the story? I let the silence drag out, refusing to give her the reaction she wanted. I wouldn't yell. I wouldn't demand answers. I wouldn't give her the satisfaction of knowing she had broken me. She didn't deserve it. When she realized I wasn't biting, she spoke again, her tone softer now, feigning concern. "What happened?" I exhaled slowly, my voice calm but cutting. "Yeah, something went wrong." Silence. I could picture her on the other end, gripping her phone, scrambling for her next move. Maybe she'd fake tears. Maybe she'd twist things and turn them on me. Maybe she'd try to convince me that I had misunderstood. But I wasn't giving her the chance. "I'm done, Lena. With everything." I didn't wait for a reply. I didn't give her a chance to lie or manipulate her way out of it. I ended the call. The next few days passed in a fog. It wasn't just heartbreak. It was the kind of betrayal that made me question everything. How had I been so blind? The first thing I did was shove the ring into a drawer, out of sight. Every time I saw it, my stomach churned. That ring was supposed to symbolize forever. Now, it was nothing more than a cruel reminder of what I had almost fallen for. Deleting our pictures was harder than I expected. Years of memories wiped away in seconds. Every trip, every holiday, every candid moment we had shared. It all felt like a lie now. Still, I forced myself to hit delete. Keeping them would only make it harder to move forward. I thought I was done dealing with her. I was wrong. A few days later, my phone rang. It wasn't Lena. It was her parents that I hesitated before answering. What could they possibly want? Against my better judgment, I picked up. Her mom's voice was soft, uncertain. "Nate, we just spoke to Lena. She told us you ended things." She was in tears. "We just want to understand what happened." I closed my eyes, taking a deep breath. Of course, she would twist the story. Of course, she would make herself the victim. I should have seen this coming. "Did she tell you why?" I asked, keeping my voice steady. Silence. Then her dad sighed. She said she didn't do anything. I nearly laughed at how absurd that was. I forced myself to stay composed. "Then she didn't tell you the truth." I told them everything. the proposal, the phone call, the other guy. I kept my voice measured, emotionless, just the facts. No anger, no shouting, just the truth. When I finished, the line went dead for a moment. Finally, her dad spoke, his voice heavy. We had no idea. Of course they didn't. Lena was a master of deception. She had everyone fooled. We'll get to the bottom of this, her mom said. I didn't need them to. It was already done. But a part of me wondered, if they had known her true nature all along, would they have warned me? Or just told her to be more careful? About a week after everything unraveled, I was finally starting to feel like myself again. The first few days had been a blur, anger, confusion, sleepless nights. But now, Lena wasn't dominating my thoughts as much. Or at least, that's what I told myself. Then my phone rang. I glanced at the screen. Maya, Lena's best friend. I almost ignored it. I hadn't spoken to Maya since the night everything fell apart, and honestly, I didn't want to deal with anyone connected to Lena. But something in my gut told me to pick up. So, I did. Her voice was serious from the start. No small talk, no fake sympathy, just straight to the point. Nate, you need to know something. I didn't respond. I just waited, my heart already pounding. Deep down, I knew whatever she was about to say would only make things worse. Maya took a breath. Lena wasn't just cheating on you. She was living a double life. My grip on the phone tightened. What do you mean? It wasn't just that guy, she continued. She's been doing this for months. And it's not the first time. Every relationship she's been in, it's always the same story. My stomach dropped. She always keeps a backup, Maya went on. Every time. She never fully commits until she's sure which guy is better for her. I couldn't speak. I just sat there, trying to process it all. Maya kept going. She was never going to tell you. The plan was to let you propose and then decide later if she actually wanted to go through with it. But the other guy, he was never serious about her. He just wanted a fling. He had no intention of dating her, let alone marrying her. And there it was, the truth I hadn't even known I needed to hear. I felt hollow. Lena never saw me as a person. She never loved me the way I loved her. I was just a safety net, a backup plan. The signs had been there. The moments of distance, the sudden sweetness when she needed something, the reluctance to make real long-term plans. But I ignored them. And now, she had lost everything. I exhaled, my fingers still gripping the phone. Maya was waiting for me to say something, but there was nothing left to say. Thanks for telling me, I muttered, then ended the call. I finally understood, and after everything, I made a decision. I wasn't going to let this destroy me. Yeah, it hurt. Yeah, it messed with my head for a while. But I refused to let Lena's betrayal define me. So, I focused on my career, threw myself into my goals, the ones I had put on hold while trying to build a life with someone who never really saw me in hers. I picked up old hobbies, reconnected with friends, and for the first time in a long time, I felt like I was living for myself. Then one afternoon, my phone buzzed. I glanced at the screen. Lena, a single message. Can we talk? I stared at it, not because I wanted to reply, but because of how predictable it was. She had lost her backup plan. She had gambled and lost. And now, she wanted to talk. I didn't even open the message. I smiled, blocked her number, and moved on. Not every love story needs a happy ending. And that's okay, because sometimes the real happy ending is choosing yourself over someone who never truly chose you. What do you guys think? Have you ever been in a situation like this? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and share if this story resonates with you. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.